I've thrown this term around a few times, pleadings. The pleading is something that you draft and file with the court and serve on the other parties, the other attorneys and things. All right, so we refer to that generally as a pleading. Pleading could be motion to dismiss, it could be a motion for enlargement of time, it could be an answer. It's all pleadings. So anything you file with the court we call pleading, okay? So the question is, well, how do you create one of those things? You know, if I'm talking about how you do a motion to dismiss or a motion to enlarge or an answer, what is it? All right, so we talked about in the earlier modules the case style. And so what I want you to do is look at your case, the complaint that was served against you. They're already going to give you the case style. At the very top, typically, or on the right-hand side, is the county. In this case, it was Orange County. The plaintiff versus defendant, and then the case number. So in your pleading, that's how you start. So you list those things in your case at the very top, just like they did, okay? And then there's normally a thing that says, what is this thing? The title of the pleading. And the next segment that we're going to look at is motion to enlarge or motion to extend time. There's also the answer, the motion to dismiss. You say, here's what it is. So the court knows what it is you're doing. And then the next thing it says who it's from and what you plan to do in the pleading. This is kind of like writing a good paper in a way. And it says, here's what I'm going to do. And it says, me, the defendant, and you name yourself, I'm doing this. If it's a motion to enlarge, you say, hey, you know what? I'm requesting additional time. And then you say, here's why I need additional time. And then you're going to, in the body of the pleading, you're going to say, here's the support. Here are the reasons for that. And if you look at the complaint, you'll see that's how they did it. They said, hey, here's us, the plaintiff, and we're suing these guys because they didn't do something they were supposed to do. And here's the things that allow us to do that. Paragraph 1, paragraph 2, paragraph 3. That's the same thing that you're going to do in general in all of your pleadings, all right? Now, in all of the segments that we have in all the different pleadings, we're going to give you samples, and you'll see that. So you'll see how to do it in general. Just copy it. That's fine. You can make it up as you go, but just in general, you know, we all copy from each other. We copy from other attorneys if we like their pleadings, and that's okay. Cut and paste it as appropriate, all right? And then at the very end, you say, judge, court, this is what we want. You know, please do this. We've talked about the terms of it. So you're kind of saying, look, at the beginning, it's a standard writing style. Tell the reader what you're going to tell them, and then tell them what you told them. And that's kind of how it works with pleadings. So the first part, you can say, hey, this is me. This is what I want. Here's why I want it. Here's the support for that. And judge, we told you what we wanted. Here's what we want. All right. And then you sign it at the end. And then at the very end, there needs to be what's called a certificate of service. And what that means is, you know, you have an obligation to serve it on the other parties in the case, which means you got to send it to them because they got to know what's going on. You know, because if you're filing this stuff, but they don't know you filed an answer or they don't know you filed a motion to dismiss, they can't respond appropriately. So it's your obligation to send it to the other parties in the case. Initially, it's probably just going to be you and the plaintiff. You know, and so you'll know the plaintiff's attorney because it's listed at the end of the numbered plaintiff allegations. You'll see the signature block, so you want to send it there. Now, you can mail it, you can fax it, and now appropriately you should email it as well, okay? And that's the overview of pleadings. Now, the thing about this pleadings module is it's going to be the same for all the different pleadings that you file as we go forward. And so if you have any questions about, you know, what parts need to be in there, always feel free to come back to this module and watch it through and see how you do it again. Again, each of the sections we're going to have a sample of how to do it, so you're going to see that particular type of pleading. But if you got a general question about how to do it, come back and watch this again.